But the
Uh,
thing is, like, I if I only like wedging if there's deep flush mounting. Otherwise, I kind of feel like when I'm doing huge stand-up slides,
hmm
because I only wedge my freeride boards. I don't wedge my downhill boards.
hmm
Um, Sometimes you can mess with the hookup and like the initiation into the slide.
mm,
Just having that, I think, extra leverage and extra tippiness can sometimes ruin the center point a little bit for
yeah,
me. So unless I set it up with harder bushings, which maybe don't feel good in a different way, it
right.
can kind of mess it up for me. So that's what I'd say.
Yeah, I think I prioritize the angles a little more than I prioritize ride height, but they are close.
Yeah,
And so when I do have to do wedging, I'm like, gonna suck it up. But also, it helps me that I've got a shit ton of Pats risers and a 3D printer where I can
yeah,
just print my own, like
rising.
minimalistic wedging that does the bare minimum I need. All right, David, what do we got? Son of a bitch! What am I?
There is no way that board is actually set up.
These are Paras.
Like,
He's
let's
got
see if it's
it's
bolted.
screwed. He's got bolts in it. He's got Paris in the front and Caliber in the back, but still matching the colors.
Yeah, actually, I didn't actually see that. Damn. And wait. This is the full gimmick. Look at those bushings, man. Are those cones in the back?
He's got cones in the back, dude. We're getting pranked.
Yeah, forget it, man. Forget it.
Get off my
This is
TV. All right, let's pretend like that didn't happen. And we got the Excalibur on Ronin's Green Crimes, little fast free ride thing.
let me see.
115 to
Here we go.
125 Ronins, 45-25, opting for HPF Venoms instead of the Ronin bushings.
Wrong bushing combination, brother.
Yeah.
Sorry, man. I have been considering seismic DEFCON bushings. You could also have a really good time with the SHR bushings from Venom.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay, right on.
like so, like you didn't see my Ronin review, brother. You didn't watch that shit. You didn't see it.
I'm
I'm very
fake.
offended.
I'm fake as
I'm
hell.
heartbroken. But like,
I've forgotten it.
um,
Well, you know what I
yeah,
do is when we're reviewing the same stuff and you get out a video.
I know exactly what you do. You don't watch it
I
until you review it, and
I
then
don't watch it so
yeah,
it's not
you know,
just
but
like
yeah,
biased. And then I'll go
yeah.
and watch it and then be like, "Oh, I agree."
See, I know everything about you, man. See, I pay close attention. I see you. I see you. I be watching you. Anyway, so yeah, like the SHR, like I don't know if you're writing. I don't know. Did you write any like riptide bushings in your review for the Ronin?
Yeah, I did. I
Which one did you
mostly
like?
rode the Ronin bushings primarily, but I did get them set up on some riptides to see if like the alternative is worthwhile.
Yeah,
I used some APS at Wood Booger Freeride. It was just
yeah.
really nice and flowy for hands down, glove down in a way that I liked. I'm trying to remember the hardnesses I used. I think it was like 92, 95, and then like double 85 in the front.
Does
But I think the
does
front ended
A,
up being too hard.
does APS have more rebound than HPF or less?
Less.
Okay, cause what I struggled with on Rodins was getting support through the lean.
hmm
So like with HPF, they just dive too quickly. With
Okay.
like I think I tried APS as well. They just dive too quickly.
Mm.
So what I realized is like the Ronin bushings have a lot of rebound, and that helps like have a smooth have a smoother lean, more support to the lean.
Okay.
So HHR would probably be a little nicer, but obviously maybe whoever this is built different. So and
Built
also like
different.
the yeah 90A in the front, that's sacrilegious.
That seems too hard,
Yes, very hard,
especially with HPF.
very hard. Maybe 83A, maybe
hmm
87, 80, 86A or whatever. I don't know, dude.
Yeah. Drop it down, especially because the deck you're riding is so narrow already. Like you're not getting a ton of leverage from the overall width of the board. This
Yeah,
Excalibur is like 8.3 or something like that.
crazy narrow.
Crazy narrow, but I think I dig
Wait,
this.
so he 3D printed that? That torque looks nice,
It does
actually.
look nice.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
he's a good designer. We
David,
David, we
do you
chatted
have
up about 3D printing sometimes.
David? Do you have my address, or should I send it to you so that so I can get some torque blocks? Cause that torque block looks so good, man. Looks nice.
Get in touch, David. We like it.
No
He's got
pressure,
the.
no pressure. David.
You mess with the like a little bump under the toe. You're
I
so
tried it.
against the wheel flares that I would not expect this.
I tried it. I actually tried it for a long time,
Hmm.
and then I just kind of realized, okay, how do I explain it? Like, when you have the wheel flare, like it helps a bit with leverage for turning toe side, which is nice. But when doing stand-up slides, like sometimes it makes it a little bit too sensitive for me.
Oh, okay.
Um, but also, what else? What else do I like about it? I don't know. I haven't
I
tried it in so
admittedly
long.
haven't used it on a free ride setup. I haven't done that
Yeah.
kind of thing on a free ride.
Um, but I am one thing I am open to trying though is the toe stop,
Mm. Yeah.
which apparently is quite useful. So I'd be interested in trying that. But toe edge for me, not really. And what else? What else do I like about it? Did I
I'm
don't know.
almost
Sometimes,
using my toe
yeah.
wedge or like, boards with a steep front concave
Mm-hmm.
as a toe stop.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's where I'm feeling a lot of value out of it is something to push
Yeah.
into, like going heel side, keeping that front foot from like sliding forward on the board. So
When
maybe I need to ditch it, try a toe
yeah.
stop, and see if I can just skip the need for extra concave in the front. But so far I like it. I feel like it doesn't necessarily give me more leverage toe
Mm-hmm.
sides, but maybe that's more commentary on how bad my technique is that I'm not pressing super hard with my front toes.
But so like I like turning with my front foot
Hmm.
for toe sides, but some people tend to use both their feet to turn toe sides. So maybe
Mm,
that might be the case with you.
yeah,
Um,
I definitely feel like
so
toe side, my front foot is contributing the least.
yeah, that. But I will also say, I will also want to ask you, where do you have your weight when you do hillside slides, or like a hillside pre-drift?
50-50.
Which, but which part of your foot do you have your weight on? Your toes, your heels?
Um, Initiating or going to the heels for sure to get that board leaned over, break traction.
Yeah.
But when I'm really trying to dig and like
Hmm.
get that braking force out of the wheels, I do feel myself going onto the balls of my feet to try to get
Right.
those lips to engage and like get that pressure down into the road.
And do you feel more pressure that way, more like braking force that way, or
Hmm. Yeah,
okay,
like I feel like I get more braking force the closer I get myself to high siding. Like, and that toe pressure is getting there.
interesting? Because like for me, it's all about the heel pressure,
Hmm.
and then when I want more braking force, I just put more of my body on top of the board.
Oh,
More
okay.
like I just, yeah, more like I just sit more on top of it. But usually, like when I'm locked into the slide, I'm like, okay, that's it.
Hmm.
Yeah, very interesting. Yeah, that's interesting.
I like modulating the slide with my toes, trying to get a little more braking force. Once you get comfortable, you get it kicked out. Your weight's not shifting anymore. Then it's like, all right, get a little higher up on the board and press the toes in. But I like this setup other than it being too small for me, and the bushings are
Yeah,
weird.
you're like 6'4" or 6'3" or something.
6'7".
6'7".
Yeah, what is that? 200 centimeters?
Dude, what poor kid did you steal height from, bro? Like,
I don't know,
is
but
there,
I
is
did them
there
dirty
some,
because I didn't put it towards anything useful.
there's like some 5'4" kid out there. Short king.
Hey, listen,
Yeah.
as soon as they open up a center where I can donate my height to those less fortunate, I will be first in the door. Because I want to be able to buy pants in stores.
Damn, dude. And the crazy thing, it doesn't come across in your videos as well.
Yeah,
So that's funny. Yeah.
I wonder if that's a good thing. But yeah, no, I recently commented on it in my. I like reviewed the Earthwing Blunt free ride,
Yeah, we be paying attention, man.
and
We be watching
I
all the
got
reviews.
some people that are like, "Well, of course the board's not gonna fucking work for you. You're a giant." Like, say that at the start, so we don't watch this whole
I'm
review
not,
of it not working for you, and then get to the end and be like, "Oh well, I'm tall." So I got a couple
oh, dude,
valid criticisms, but
that's how you get those YouTube views, man.
put
The more
the bait
controversial the
at the
video
end,
is,
put the
the
juicy
better.
stuff at the end.
But how much do you weigh?
190.
Dude, no way, bro. We need you to. We're almost the same weight.
Yeah, I got
And
up
I'm
to
5'10".
205 at my heaviest, like, you know, when I was eating well.
We need you to get up to two or something, and then like you just dominate all the longboard races, bro.
You'd think
Like,
so. I've been thinking I
like
get because
sure.
I'm so tall, like catching a draft is a little hard. So I feel like I need to work on my tuck to try to get it lower so I
Yeah.
can slot into people's drafts better. Like what Tim
Okay.
Dell does. Tim Dell gets his
Yeah.
head next to his knee. He's got that special full face helmet where the fairing on
Yeah.
the left side or something is gone, so he can duck his head next to his knee instead of on top of it, so he can catch other people's drafts because he's a tall guy.
Tall people problems. Well, I don't know about all of that because I'm not tall, so I can't relate. But I will say, one time, you know, Zach Mills Goodwin.
Yeah,
There
he's
was
pretty
one
tall,
time,
right? He looks huge
yeah,
in videos.
he's 6'4".
Okay.
So one time I was skating with him and we were going up the hill, and I swear to God, this guy just kicked up the hill, like got on his board, kicked up the hill, and he went up so fast. I was like, I was shocked. I was shocked. So that's the potential you have, and he does pretty well at races as well. And I
Hmm.
don't think he necessarily takes racing as seriously as other people. So I think like if you put your mind to it, you could be like the world champ, bro.
Oh boy, my heart rate
No
rose.
pressure. No pressure. Okay. Oh, sorry. I didn't. When I said the world champ, I meant the world, the WDSC champ, and then also like the world skate champ. And you could be like the goat, like brother. Potential is there.
I need to use this frame for good for once.
I mean, like you're not
The
playing
body I have
basketball.
been blessed with. Man, I gave basketball an honest try. I gave it an honest fucking try, and I was so bad at it. It was
You
so
just you
bad.
didn't have it. You didn't have it.
I was good at baseball.
Yeah.
Did some baseball, and then I was really good at the clarinet, and then all athletic hopes and dreams kind of went away after that.
Yeah, we could be the tallest clarinet player in the world.
Yeah, no, everybody that plays clarinet is a 4'10" woman, and
Yeah.
it is absolutely shocking being in a room of clarinet players where they're looking at you like, "Do you belong here?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Oh my
What do you mean?
god! Oh my god, Owen! Hi.
I'm sorry. What was that? I can't hear you all the way down there. We've got more boards to do. We got more boards to do. We've got.
Oh, dear, right. Oh, dear.
Is this how the Trada normally looks?
I think it just has its contrast all the way up um, in this picture.
Okay, I don't remember the nose being that pointy, but I also did curb mine pretty hard, so that might be what
Um,
happened.
no, I
I mean, these seem like proper little
no.
freeride setups.
Does the
But it looks like the nose has some shaping
wait.
done.
Yeah, I think the Troja Pro has two. No, I'm wrong. No, I have no idea. But it does look a little bit weird. It could also be the white trucks. Um,
Could
the
be.
white rakeless Valks. By the way,
Ooh,
this makes me want to vomit. Ugh.
really?
Ugh. Rake exists. You don't like turning, bro. Like it's gonna take like 2 business days to do 180. It's, it's quite unfortunate. Nathan Rink. I'm gonna have to look this up because like looking at this setup, Trotter Pro with rakeless 160 millimeter 4540 valves with tall bushings. I don't know that this man does stand-up slides, and I want to be proven wrong. So I'm gonna type his name into Instagram. Nathan Rink. Let's see. Let's see what man. Oh, he just has like 4 pictures, 4 posts, and no riding footage. Damn, Nathan. Keeping it low key.
Well,
But like, yeah. But like, the only reason I'm talking shit is I think Valks. Okay, maybe the Defcons are very high rebound, but they think they work better with really high rebound bushings or short bushings, and that's maybe the best for stand-up slides. So
yeah, I gotta agree with you there. If you haven't tried, shims and the Valks to run standard height barrels, it's definitely the move. I will back up my boy Nathan, and he does do stand-ups. I let you get your stuff out, but wanted to see.
does he do? Wait, is it like wait? Is it
I
like
don't skate
the?
with Nathan very often, but he's close enough. We link up every now and then. So I don't know his style to a T,
No. But
but
it's a very simple question. It's a very simple question.
yes.
Is it like those like 2 feet stand-up slides where like they kick it out and they kind of pull it back in, or is it like long stand-up slides and like the boy gets real thin lines down?
Maybe a little bit of column A, maybe a little bit of column B.
All right, Nathan.
I,
If
I
you
don't
wanna,
have I will admit, I don't want to do the homie wrong. I don't have a great memory of his skating and his skating style because we always miss each other. He lives a couple hours away, comes up to town every now and then. So I haven't had a ton of time skating with him, but I do want to back him up a little bit. But
Nathan, you gotta be more memorable, brother. And wait, one
no,
more
you're breaking.
question.
That's awful. I
But
I also have a problem. I
but
miss all my friends' achievements and crashes. Like people are like, "Oh my god,
yeah,
did you see that? I just did my first stand-up toe," and I'm like, I fully was zoned out. I fully was thinking about something else. Or they get absolutely
that's fair enough.
demolished, and I'm completely not looking.
That's fair enough.
When I'm skating, I'm in the zone. I'm doing my own thing. I'm thinking about reviews. I'm thinking about
Surviving.
my technique. I'm like,
Yeah, it's
I'm
focused.
working out right now.
But I have one more question. Is
Yeah.
he goofy or regular?
The grip tape pattern would tell me that he's regular,
Or
but
what
I'm
about
trying. I don't remember off the top of my head. I
but
think
look
he's
at that
regular.
footstep. Look at the footstep.
It's on the wrong side if he's regular. That's just also you're shortening your stance so much. I know the angle of the camera is going to make the board look, weirdly proportioned, but
Yeah.
I think he's maybe too far away from the front truck. You got to get a little closer to standing on top of it. Not fully on top of it, but at least closer. Nathan, let me get you a foot stop that works for you. What is this little kink BDSM looking foot stop?
Damn, you.
This thing this thing's freaky. He's got the
Damn,
freak
bro.
stop on his board.
He wants the pain. That probably lines up well,
Masochist.
perfectly with like his pinky toe. So every time he's like doing a toe side, he gets stabbed in his pinky toe and it like turns him on or whatever. He's a little freak.
You hear that, Nathan? Fucking hear that, bro?
Nathan, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to roast you so much. But like I would say very solid setups. I just don't like the rakeless valves
Yeah.
or valves generally.
hmm I agree.
What do you think about the hindsight?
Hindsight, I think it's a cool board.
Yeah. No, the his setup. You
His
didn't get
setup,
to.
Paris, I'm kind of mixed on Paris. I feel like I really liked him once upon a time, and these days they're kind of leaving me wanting more.
Yeah,
Um, but I mean, on such a big board, like the theory, um, like it just looks like a carvy, fun, like drifty setup. Like
yeah.
just sliding, slarving everywhere. Seems like a vibe to me, but I also do think that if this is your quiver, then there's a distinct lack of grip in said quiver.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe need something a little sharper. Something that's going to tell you when you're doing your slide bad.
Yeah. I think it looks great,
Mm-hmm.
but if he just threw some putts, risers, inserts in there, I'd probably be happy with it.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he's actually riding that board because it doesn't actually look like well used. Because you
Mm.
can see like on his other setup, he has
He has
the
been swapping trucks recently.
so yeah.
So the trucks might not be a good indicator. I think he's trying something new with the trucks, but
Yeah.
yeah, it could be thrashed a little more.
One more thing.
Yep.
50-43, and that's honestly such an ass angling in my at
You think
least
so?
the way I like.
Even with like a
Yeah,
huge wheelbase like this?
I hate it. I hate it because you could never really like get the like you could get 50-35 to feel perfect, get the
Yeah.
bushing to feel just right,
Yeah.
but like 50-43, the back is either always gonna feel too soft or too hard. Like it never just
Mm,
feels just right. So that's my opinion.
I see.
Um,
All right. We got a direct call out. Owen and Abuga, roast my quiver. Let's not say a single nice thing about this guy's stuff.
no, that would be the subversion, subvert, whatever. Damn. Okay, what is going on here? He has the Chroma Aurora from 2019 or 2020 or whatever, whenever those came out.
Extremely sick. These always look like they have. Are these made in the Rolling Tree shop or Chroma have their own shop? Because they always
I
kind of have a
yeah.
similar like build quality look.
I'm not sure, but most likely they probably were made by Rolling Tree.
So he's got
But
the smaller like freeride rogues going on in there.
yeah.
Are these
What?
standard height bushings? They don't look like talls to me.
Yeah, those look standard height, roadside at
Is
least.
that the move? I mean, I saw your review.
Yes.
Cause I'm borrowing some cast trucks from Nathan, the guy that
Yeah.
we just roasted his shit. I'm borrowing some cast rogues from him, and I've been skating them with talls, but I feel like I got to throw some standards in there.
Standard, at least roadside, but if you can, both roadside and broadside. Um, in my opinion, at least, and some other people's.
Copy.
Yeah, what do you think, man? What's your opinion?
So, I mean, the cruiser looks sick as fuck. Whatever this is, like a maybe a chop from a bigger longboard. This looks ill. It's got indies instead of the little Paris, so it's
Yeah,
not like he just robbed the Comet Cruiser setup. It's a little different than that. This as a freeride board is pretty sick. I
yeah,
know I said I was gonna just roast all this stuff, but I think these are fire. Um, Era K5s, nothing special. You know,
you
they're
don't
just
think?
I don't. They just kind of like how I roasted the Cal Precisions. They're just like Cash Trucks Plus. Like they're not doing anything extremely special or unique. But if that's what you're looking for, if you just want a precision
Yeah,
truck that's doesn't feel crazy or doesn't require a super different style from what you're coming off of cast, like I mean it's an easy choice. They're so expensive for what they are.
yeah, yeah. Mm. Okay, I'll get back to my opinion. You wrap up.
All right. And then if this is your like little go fast board, I mean, I'm assuming because you've got purple crimes on there that this is like a small like free ride setup, but I would this in my lineup. If this is my three board quiver, I would want a sharper truck, grippier wheels. This is the board I'm going around corners with. And then I don't know what you can do on this board that you can't do. Well, I guess this is probably the symmetrical free ride, like if you're doing 180s and
Yeah.
stuff. Um, so I guess I do understand. You've got like a sim free ride and then your directional fast free ride. But I mean, I like this quiver. I think it's
Could
nice.
you could you scroll down to the description? See what he
Yeah.
said.
Chroma Aurora 4320. Is that too
Wow.
low?
That is that is quite low, but also um depends on which base plate he's using. If he's using the newer base plates, that 20-degree truck is actually the slalom 20-degree truck. So it's actually taller.
Oh, they're not height matched.
It's not height match. So either this is probably like he doesn't ride this setup at all. Like, or maybe I don't know what's the name of the guy who posted this? If you could scroll up again. Skateboard.
Skateboard.
Yeah, maybe that's why you're bored with skating, brother. Because like that setup makes no sense. But yeah, because the bushings as well, man. 4320
Yeah.
and yeah,
Oh no,
it's
this
not
doesn't
making
make any fucking sense. Wait a second. You're gonna have that big of an angle split, but your bushings are gonna be like three Duro points apart. 87s in the front and 90s in the back.
yeah, it doesn't it's not it's not making any sense.
No.
And those trucks don't really turn all that much, so for sure that's like maybe I'm spoiled by the same ones and by like the 50-degree angle, but like I I don't know what kind of turning circle you have, brother. But yeah, I don't vibe with the chroma setup. I think the potential is there,
Yeah.
but um most likely that's like a modern 20-degree rogue base plate, so it's too tall. Shout out Zach Maton for making for actually selling the V3s with that base plate. Horrible decision, Zach. I love your creations, but that's such a shit decision. I'm bitter because I got like a 20-degree base plate is mine, and I was like, wait, this doesn't fucking work. Anyway, terrible. And then also moving on, I disagree with Owen. I think the K5s could probably work really well. I've only ridden the P2s and
Mm-hmm.
the RF1, but I think Era does something really fantastic with the pivot and the bushing seat. So you actually do get like some decent slop stopping. So
Mm-hmm.
you actually do get like a decent center, but also very much depends on the bushings you set them up with. So I think,
Which got
yeah,
87 crank, chubby cannon rear. Cannon's front, chubby cannon rear. So a little harder in
I
the back than the front. Not exactly symmetrical.
I don't vibe with that personally. I would much prefer like just harder bushings
Yeah.
than more urethane, but maybe it works, but I don't know. Um, and yeah, the just could you scroll down again to the description?
Yeah.
Chopped waterlog, Sector 9 brandy,
Oh,
and like
sick.
that's pretty sick to like make use of like a deck you had before. Um, and like I bet it rides well, but probably you could. I think this is the perfect opportunity for some wedging and de-wedging. Just get a little bit more turn out of those trucks. But maybe
I agree.
you don't love it that way. But
I
especially
think
the way,
wedging in a cruiser is slept on. It's
yeah, it's
it's
the move.
it's the move.
Especially if you have TKPs, like you
Yeah.
have no excuse. Yeah,
Yeah. Right on. Yeah. So
you didn't
we've
need
got some stuff
that.
we can change here. Mostly
Yeah,
entirely this setup. We maybe start over. Maybe
I know he doesn't ride that board. Like
Yeah.
No way, bro. Like,
I hope bro sends in the sickest like free ride montage on this deck and just fucking schools us.
like
That's what
I
we
know
can
for
hope.
sure.
Is
That's
it
what I'm.
likely?
That would be the best scenario. But like, I know this guy's from California, just based off the chroma deck and all the power wheels and the errors as well. I'm like 80% sure.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure this guy doesn't skate that chroma deck, bro. Because like that, it does. It shouldn't. Okay, he might skate it,
Hmm.
but is he going? I don't think he's going fast.
Oh, okay. You
That's
got to go fast to make this kind of setup turn.
yeah. Even with the bushings, no stability, brother.
No. Yikes. All right, moving on. Roast the hammer board. Silas.
Take it. Take it. I love the vision.
I've
Just
seen
absolutely
hammers on
taken up.
setups before, but I've never seen somebody leave the hammer intact.
I like the vision. I like the vision.
That's hysterical. That's amazing. What is this deck? Valhalla. What do we got here? Is it a Valhalla? No. He's got the
Yeah.
brand of the hammer on
Yeah.
it. Mastercraft hammer. Scam
So
Skate, not a Valhalla. I don't know what Scam Skate is. It's the
it's
Kestrel
a
model.
Canadian longboard brand.
Got
Uh,
screws in there. We got riding footage. Is he sick with it?
first, he is sick of it.
He's sick with it. Bro is sick with it.
He is sick of it. But it's fun. It kind of works. It kind of works. It kind of works. Um, I don't have much to say.
Mm-hmm.
Not too many notes. It works. Homie rides. It shreds. Yeah. There's I don't know, man. Like the tall. I don't know if those are tall barrels on the Valks.
They look like talls.
Um, I don't know, bro. Oh, one thing I do absolutely hate though is the riptide pivots.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, I just think they just allowed the truck to lean too quickly,
Not
but that's
enough,
just my
like,
opinion.
damping resistance.
Not necessarily
Not enough
damping, because
friction.
like not it like okay, so if you take like a 97A Venom pivot, like you get like a smooth lean, but
Mm-hmm.
with like the riptides, it's more like you just fall.
Oh, okay.
That makes sense, and I can't handle it. I don't know. I'm just not built like you guys.
Interesting. Do the Venom pivots fit these? I
No,
wondered.
you have to like wrap it in duct tape or do some or cut it out of a bushing. It doesn't fit.
Hmm.
But when I did try it, I did prefer it. I and it just made that like smoother lean and more support to the lean better. But that was mainly for stand-up slides. For hands down stuff, I think I'd be okay with the riptide pivot. But generally, I just don't like it all that much.
Got
Um,
it. I
but hey, not
mean,
bad, man.
yeah, not bad. I don't like Valkyries super much, but this is the kind of thing that they're good at is big stand-up slides.
Mhm.
I don't know exactly how they pair with like kind of a mini weighted setup type thing, but based on your skating, they seem good.
Probably pretty well because they don't turn, and then you just hold out a slide. So,
Easy mode. I like it. Also, seeing those old rain wheels on there was cool. Old rain envies.
yeah, yeah,
That's sick. All right. Booty Man says roast it.
yeah. You're not Dane Hanna, brother. You're not Dane Hanna. Oh, damn. See now that's a block that I can respect. You see,
Yeah.
that's a thing. Get your sights out of here. Get your fucking what other brand does big footsteps. I don't know. But I can. If I see he rocked up to me with that, like I'd be like, that's fire. It has aura.
Okay.
I like the
I'm
big
tracking.
footstep.
I'm tracking. I'm picking it up.
But also, like if you go back to the footstep,
Yeah.
what angle is your foot?
Yes. Yes, your foot is sideways.
Like, what ankle flexibility do you have, man? Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to look at the dust on the setup to figure out what angle he's got his foot at. Yeah, no, you gotta maybe tilt that a little bit to the side, but I don't know if you can. You probably need 5 bolts to keep that foot stop in place. But yeah, this setup, I don't know how this. I'm not seeing a lot about this concave on the rocket. Is it
Yeah,
from the rocket like big concave era?
I think it was from back then, but I think it's a little bit more mellower than some of the other offerings.
Okay,
I haven't ridden it, but I have heard good things about it.
okay.
Um,
This seems like a
yeah,
pretty, and it could be the distortion of the camera, but it seems like a big wheelbase to be throwing these kind of slalom trucks on.
I do think that I do think it did have a big wheelbase.
Yeah, this looks like at least 23 inches to my eyes.
And let's see how correct
Which, I
you
mean, I did
are.
skate my Don't Trips downhill Simons on an Evo, and it actually could have been worse. But
It's actually 21.5,
really,
apparently.
okay,
Yeah.
I guess just the distortion of the camera here makes this wheelbase look so long.
But in your defense, the board is actually pretty narrow, so that probably made it makes it look worse. It's
Oh,
8.5,
okay.
8.85. Yeah, I do you have any idea what those bushings are?
I mean, looks like actually I can't tell in the back exactly. I mean, it kind of looks like a normal Venom, like 97, 85, which I think is fine for that truck.
Is that a short
Um,
barrel wheel?
in the front, looks like you've got WFB in the front.
Standard barrel?
Oh yeah, standard barrel, not board side, but standard's road side, which I think is the right move for these trucks after skating them. At
Yeah.
least doing some kind of standard barrel. They don't need all the turn you get out of, like all the infinite lean you get out of talls.
Yeah, why is that? Like, does it mess up how does it mess up the truck?
Um, I won't say it messes them up so much. It just makes you have to be a little bit more on your game with like kickouts and hookups, making sure the board doesn't
Hmm.
like overly lean out. Um, I mean, I think the ZM1's kind of nailed it, figured it out in that aspect, coming with standards because you've got no additional resistance coming from anywhere else in the truck. The spherical bearings taking out
Yeah.
any resistance. These don't have bushing seats like don't trips normally do. I think. Um, so I feel like having tall barrels in these trucks is just a relic of time and don't
Yeah.
trips designs being kind of stuck in the past. When you really don't need all that extra lean. It's not doing anything for you at speed.
I agree.
But I
I
like them.
agree.
I do like the trucks, and it seems like they've taken some time to stiffen them up. I don't know off the top of my head whatever this bushing is in the front. It's got that like surface texture of a WFB, which
Yeah.
seems all right. I might want to throw something a little more high rebound in there, like an HPF, but seems like an all right setup. He's got Quay A1s on there, which are solid
You like
wheels.
him?
I like
You
them.
like him?
I like them. I
What do
enjoy them.
you what do you okay, I'm gonna ask you a question, but let me just finish roasting this guy. Please buy bigger kingpin nuts, because that just looks kind of perverted. It kind of looks like you're standing there showing everyone your dick. That's what it feels like. Anyway, so like, I did a review of the Kuwait A1s, and then
Yes.
Tiago, shout out Tiago. love you, brother, commented. I said that the acceleration in the quiz wasn't great because how soft and gummy they are, and then Tiago commented. He was like, the quays are just as fast as any other wheel, which I don't disagree with. The top speed, like they get there eventually. It's just the
Hmm.
acceleration sucks. But he was like, the reason you feel they don't accelerate that fast is because of how soft and gummy they are. Like they absorb a lot of road vibration, so they can give the illusion. But what do you think? Do they accelerate fast? Is what Tiago's saying
I mean,
something?
nothing about the acceleration was shocking
Yeah.
or impressive necessarily. You know, you get up in these big wheels and they all kind of just take a minute to speed up and get going. Like,
Yeah.
um, I really hate talking about roll speed, and because I feel like I don't have an internal like speedometer that's super reliable.
Yeah.
Like, unless I've got some rigorous way to test it, which even if you can give me a rigorous way to test it, I bet there's like so many dumb little
Yeah.
variables, like a gust of wind hitting you mid run or something like that, that just, half a second of, a little bit faster wind in your face when you're at top speed really makes a difference. Like, I don't know. And I mean, it's the same reason why I don't do
Yeah.
bearing reviews or anything like that. It's because I'm like, I
Okay.
have no fucking clue how to test that in a way that I can say confidently.
Wait. Okay. So, how do you feel when pushing them? Do they roll easier than magnums, alphas, or do you feel like you having put in more effort
I
to
feel
get
like I
them
got to
up
put in
there?
more effort.
There you go. That's the acceleration.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it. Because they've got a smaller core than the other big race wheels. They're hauling a lot more
Yeah.
urethane. That's gonna really kick up your just the inertia it takes to get them moving. The wheels like
Yeah.
rolling inertia. But
Yeah. But
on a
yeah.
racetrack competitively, I don't know
Zero.
where they would make the
Zero, bro.
yeah.
Depends on the racetrack, but at WDSC they came fourth in the championship.
That's right. I mean, I watched your interview with Adrian, and
Yeah.
he made the comment that there's a different set of wheels under each rider's feet in the finals, which
Yeah.
that was pretty sick.
Yeah. It was pretty sick. Shout
Um,
out Brazil.
Shout out Brazil,
Have
monsters
you
on a
tried
race course.
the Have you tried the 88 version or the yellow
Yes,
version? How do those roll? Are they
they seem faster,
yeah.
but also kind of to Tiago's point of like, well, because they're so soft and gummy, the bump dampening, the vibration that usually is part of your internal calculus of, oh, I'm going this fast because this is the physical sensations I feel in my feet and my body and things like that.
Mhm.
My perception is that they're faster,
Yeah.
and I think it's hard to argue that they're not, but I don't
Data.
have any empirical evidence, no data or anything
Listen,
that
man,
that's
you don't need any
actually
of that,
true.
bro. This isn't we're not scientists, brother.
I
You don't
try
need
to
any of
be.
that, brother. I know
It's
we try to be,
futile.
but like I I once I kind of let go of that, I think I've enjoyed doing more reviews. Obviously, like of course, for some things it's important to be empirical, but like it's still important to have your experience. So I really value that you're able to talk about like these specific things. And I do agree with you, like you can't really tell ultimately which wheel is faster, but like there are things leading up to that, like for example, how easy something is to push
Hmm.
off the line that you can kind of feel and engage off that and have a sense of like what wheel is doing. But I will say, with a lot of my riding experience, even just kind of like filming runs and then timing between X place and X place, like the quiz, they do get to that top speed eventually, but like other wheels get to that top speed, then kind of hang there very quickly. Quiz
Interesting.
just take a little bit longer, and then of course they do have that top speed.
Okay,
So that's how it feels to me at least.
got it. So
Um,
a short, curvy track prioritizing acceleration, like multiple accelerations.
Alpha, Defcons or Alphas. The Defcons look fast, like Frenchie. Like I don't think they would have caught that guy, bro.
You
Like
mean deltas?
yeah, the Deltas. My bad. What did
Yes.
I say? What did I say?
Defcons. You said defcons.
Defcon, the Deltas with all the marketing.
There we go.
Damn, that was nice. G Lock.
G lock.
What did Seismic say after your Aeon truck review, man?
Radio
Nothing.
silence. Nothing.
I love Seismic, but I also
Nothing.
hate
But
Seismic.
they did hit me up and say, "You gotta try these deltas, man." And I'm like, "Cool. I'll get.
Yeah,
Hope I
send me
can
a
get my
set.
hands on
Like,
them." Right. It's like if you want me to
yeah.
try them, fucking put them in my inbox. I want to see them on my doorstep. They don't send anybody shit,
No. Yeah,
which
they
doesn't make
don't
me feel
send
as bad
nobody.
about just annihilating the Aeons. But
Yeah. Hey,
but
Seismic, if you're watching this,
I
we're in
mean,
a new age. We're in a new age, Seismic, and
Seismic is just lucky that the patrons wanted me to spend the budget on this one. So
that's what it is.
that's why we got them. But let's be honest, I would have gotten them eventually. I would have bought them eventually. Who am I?
Yeah, yeah.
But moving on. All right, we got Shy.
Let's see what Shai is saying.
What you got, Shy?
Foster. Okay, so Shai is sponsored by Foster and kind of by Venom as well.
Oh yeah.
So, I'm not gonna be kind. I'm not gonna be kind. I'm gonna be so mean to Shai because I like Shai. They're a nice person. But I want to be really mean. Anyway, you do what you gotta do first.
Okay. I don't see anything wrong here. Straight up. I have no experience with Foster. Never stood on a Foster board. We don't see him out on the east side of the country very often. So we have to make some assumptions that they're decent build quality, they're nice and stiff, things like that. I mean, I would like to see it looks like maybe there's a carbon layer buried a couple plies into it. If you want to get all the strength out of carbon, you need it on the outside of the board, where the wood is undergoing the most flex, the most strain. But if their construction's rigid enough and they don't need that, then that's fine. But clearly got some kind of dedicated rain setup in the middle, which maybe makes sense for where Shy's at and living. And the free ride setup, I mean, it just seems like a fire free ride setup. Like I said, the eras don't fill me with boyish joy and excitement for the innovation of skateboarding. They kind of just do the thing well, like well enough, if you don't need any tricks or special things. But I don't know. I think all of these are fire. Although, is Shy doing? Yeah, 60-degree front truck in the ZM ones, 25 rear. Is that really the direction our sport is going? 60-25? Do we have to do that?
Compensation angles.
Ooh,
That's what I call them.
ooh.
But I will say, okay, you finish. Then I'll go.
I mean, I don't have anything else. I said my piece. I think all of these are sick for what respectively they're supposed to do.
All right, could you scroll up so I could read the description?
Yes, absolutely.
Setup. Foster Resurrector, RK4s. That's pretty decent. Tombstone prototype. Oh, you think you're cool because you're using a prototype board because you're sponsored. You think you're cool. I always feel cool using prototype stuff. It's always nice. I'm not gonna lie. Hot boy bushings, what bushings, grooves, blank slates.
Stock bushings.
Pretty solid setup. Let's go to the ZM ones.
I wonder how the slates
ZM1
are,
setup.
because I'm really not a fan of the slates, but I don't know how they are
Really?
in the rain.
Really, you don't like them at all? Why?
Um, I will say I need some more free ride time on them.
Yeah.
But they just seem they they feel cheap. They ride cheap. They seem
Yeah.
unoptimized. The skin is
No.
completely abysmal, and
Yes.
that's coming from people that are used to riding wheels with fresh skin.
Yeah.
Like, com- I don't know. The wheel doesn't seem like a very cohesive thing. I don't know exactly what it's doing.
Yeah.
Also, they wear
Yeah.
down so fast. What, you
Yeah.
get four of those for the price of mags, or three of those for the price of mags, but
Yeah.
a good set of wheels is going to last you as long as four sets of these shittier wheels are.
Yes. Here's my rebuttal.
Okay.
I really like the what are they called? I forget what they're called. Blank slates. Yeah. I really like them. I like how they feel in a slide. They're very like consistent in the slide. Like you kick them out
Mm-hmm.
and they just kind of want to stay there. They don't want to hook up. Of course, I do agree with you. They don't last long enough, but I think that's just a symptom of them being as cheap as they are,
Yeah.
and maybe the urethane they had to use. Um, yeah, I do think it sucks they don't last so long, but I also don't mind because for the same price, you can get like hella sets of wheels, and there's nothing better than riding a fresh wheel for free ride.
Yeah.
It's so fun. So I think for what they are, they're pretty great, but obviously, it would be nice for them to come out with something more durable. But for what they are, for how cheap they are, I can't hate them. And for how good they actually are in a slide,
Mm-hmm.
free ride, for small boards, doing big stand-up slides,
Yeah.
I love them.
I haven't
Um,
gotten to do a bunch of stand up on them yet,
do
so
it, man. Because for hands down, if I was doing hands down stuff, there's so many better options, as you
yeah.
said, and better choices.
Yeah.
All right, if you could scroll up again,
Yes.
finish the ZM1. All right, so Foster Tombstone, second prototype, or you got two prototypes, so now you're twice as cool. ZM1's wedged up to 60-degree front, 25-degree rear, double blue cones, green pink, unmarked magnums. Unmarked magnums is such a flex. Scythe grip, slab, chalk block toe wedge. Listen, number one, okay, in defense of Shy, like in Vancouver, I think that's where she is. She'd be skating with Dexter. Dexter's been doing all sort of crazy things with his ZM1s.
True.
Um, so I'm not surprised that that's what uh she's riding. So that's pretty dope. I don't know how well it works. Maybe it doesn't work all that well. Maybe you'd have gotten first place at World Skate if you didn't have that 60-degree front. God damn. Um, and what else? Because, dude, 60-degree is crazy. 60
It's
degrees is crazy.
But that's what
All
they
you need,
said. That's what they said about a 20-inch wheelbase. That's what they said about 100 millimeter trucks. That's what they said about spherical bearings in a downhill truck.
nah,
Are we
I
on the
think,
cusp of the future of
I
innovation in
think,
this sport, or
no,
are we hitting the
no,
wall now?
no, no. Because look at Frenchie, look at Harry, keeping it simple.
Hmm.
Where was Dex? Was Dex in the finals? No. Shy was, I don't remember what position Shy got, but she did pretty well. But I would say it's probably better for you to keep it simple because Dex is on some madman shit. But otherwise, your setups are pretty solid, pretty decent. I'm gonna say I have to admit. It does look like she's maybe running the mags a little bit wider in the back. I can't
Okay,
tell.
110. I see that now. Yeah,
So
split width.
split width. I don't know about all of that, but yeah, pretty solid setup.
Mhm.
I don't know. I thought I was being mean. I think I was a little bit mean. I don't know if I roasted. That was good roasting.
I
I
think
don't
we're
know.
too big of Shy fans
Yeah,
to be
maybe.
mean.
But I think maybe the setups are too good to actually be like properly roasted.
Yeah, I think these are rock solid apart from the experimental angles.
But maybe it does feel good because I did have someone hit me up and tell me to try 60-degree front.
Yeah,
Um, but I'm happy. I don't want
I
to do
don't
any
wanna.
wedging.
I don't wanna.
I don't want to do that. That's fine.
This is where the gear reviewer application weighs in on your mind. Where you're like, do I
Yeah.
have to do it for the
Like you
people to
see, that's
know?
what killed me. That's what's gonna kill you, bro. You see
Yeah.
now, are you doing a ZM1 review?
Yes.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do this. I'm sorry.
All right. Son of a bitch.
Shy, you see what's happening? See what you're making people do?
No,
No.
Shy is not the source. It's Dexter and anybody in Dexter's
Dexter and Zach.
influence.
Dexter and Zach.
Dexter and Zach. I was
Hardy.
at that Mary Hill where Zach and Dex were doing all kinds of weird truck things.
Yeah.
What I heard a rumor
He,
of
he
69, 40, 420 angles. I don't know if that was actually
he
true, but
was I think he was running either 70-30 or something like that. But he was able to tuck clean that last corner,
true.
which I thought was pretty impressive. No one was doing that stuff.
It is nuts.
So I don't know.
All right, let's keep trudging forward. Owen Campbell sponsored setup by Chris.
Purdue longboarding club.
PLC. We love PLC.
Um,
So, this is a deck I reviewed. And I gave it
it's
to
the
this
one.
person at our slide jam.
Yeah,
This is the
yeah.
exact deck. I'm glad to see you got some good trucks on your board now. He was skating some 50-50 like Paris V2s on it before. With some like purple orangutan something, I think. So it's good to see making the upgrades, getting on the cows, getting on some snakes.
Not bad.
And the land yacht's Ripper. I don't know why you wouldn't throw bigger, cruisier wheels on this thing,
You,
assuming it is a
yeah.
cruising setup. I don't think you need to have this as a free ride board. Um,
Gosh,
Watch me hit this apex. Foot stop.
that footstop position is stressing me out.
Really? For a regular rider?
He's not running slalom trucks. He's running freeride trucks.
Oh, you think you shouldn't be on top of the
I
front
think
truck like
you
that?
could make it work, but for what's the wheelbase? Is it like super narrow or
I
is it
think
just
it's around 24 inches. Or no, 22 and 3/4. I reviewed the board. I should know this off the top of my head. 22 and 3/4 on the
maybe it can
smallest
work.
wheelbase.
Maybe it can work.
He's got it
Maybe.
on the inner bolts. You're fucking up the tail by having that back truck back there. I don't think the tail pops right if you got that back truck all the way back there. And if you're
And then
wedging, yeah, dude's got like a 10-degree wedge on the back on the cowls to get it down
oh
to
no.
35. 45, 35 is
Oh,
gross.
oh.
I hate a 45 front truck just so much. I can't skate a 45 front truck.
Can you skate a 44?
No. Unless it's sim, right? Like
Yeah,
unless it's a symmetrical setup, but 40 something
I feel
split,
you.
I need to that front truck's
Um,
got to be at 50 if I'm skating a split. That's just where I'm at.
I agree. I agree.
But I fucking love this as like an entry level free ride downhill board.
Yeah.
You are set to go. Hit the ground running. Like dude only started skating a few months ago, I think.
Nice.
And was doing all his like learning free ride on this thing, which is why I
Flexi,
saw him and
flexi board.
we blessed
Yeah.
him up with
Blessed
the
up the homie.
blunt. So I think he's doing good. We love to see it. I'm glad you've made
Um,
these changes.
I think one thing I'd say for sure is change that footstop position. Like, yeah, you see people run their footstops higher on these like slalom setups, but that's not because it feels better. But for like these freeride setups, it might feel better to have like the footstop further back. And then yeah, are you actually okay with like the 98 bushings or like
Are
because he
they
has a
symmetrical? Are they 90 symmetrical?
I think
Oh
so.
yeah, stock bushings. No, I overlooked that. You gotta you gotta split them up. You gotta for a
Yes,
35 rear truck, you maybe want a green white Venom 93 95, and then in the front truck, you might be fine with 90s or 87 90 or something like that.
yeah.
But yeah,
Otherwise,
anytime you're
not.
doing angle splits, you gotta throw some harder bushings in the rear truck.
Well, otherwise, not bad. Not bad. I'm
Yeah,
gonna have to go a little bit easy on you because you're new, couple months. But yeah, you also do change. Yeah, because like you can kind of see like the beginnerness showing in like also like the other Ripper setup.
hmm
Um, he hasn't cranked down that truck all that much. At least the Kingpin nut isn't flush. Those bushings look pretty hard as well. I don't know what your goal is with this setup,
I think
but
these are
like
the orangutan bushings.
yeah, yeah, those are awful as well. Those are trash. Even for just cruising, there are better options out there. There are better options out there, I will say. And bigger wheels, obviously, because low bite isn't a limiting factor. Um,
Yes,
it's not bad. The vision is there. The vision is
yes,
there.
vision is there. We got Andy. Andy, what the fuck do you want us to say? How are we supposed to do this? Already, yellow in heats
Yeah,
is a. I
he
get
got
it.
them
You're
on
chill with the
sale.
Otang crew, but
He got them on sale, or is that friend that they just give like this
I
free
think it's
shit for
that
all the time?
situation. I think he's tight with Otang.
You're not that tight, other they give you like the 77A or the 88. I'm only saying this because like one of my first wheels was 86A orangutan,
Yeah.
um, and I got them on sale for super cheap, um, and they were so scary to ride. Oh,
Oh man,
so like, is he wheels? Wait.
blood orange
Wheels.
drifts. It looks like, but he doesn't have them
What?
named. Usually skating Otang beefcakes in heats or alphas if he's
Well,
racing.
so what's with the free ride wheels, man?
Dude does
He's
slides.
old.
Dude does drifts on the luge.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, Andy's legit.
I haven't seen it. Okay, so
Yeah,
that's
I
some
met Andy at
information.
Tepe this past year. He's a really cool dude. Super cool dude. Tuba player, fellow musician. So we bonded over that. And yeah, the homie's throwing drifts on the luge. So
I gotta respect that. Gotta respect that.
yeah,
This is actually then actually a very solid setup. It's just that like those yellow in heats, man. That's not real friendship. They're not taking care of you the way they should.
you deserve better, Andy.
Deserve better, bro. Know your worth, bro. But free shit is free. Free stuff is.
Free shit is free. Yeah, find a Grom to sell this, dude.
Tell them is the super exclusive shit.
Yeah, dude, straight from the factory.